Respected friends, comrades, at the outset, I thank the organizers for inviting me. Oh, Rajani ji, come. For inviting me to participate in this event. On the occasion of 75 years of independence, 100 years of women electoral participation's right, 100 years of women's voting rights, 100 years of women's rights of legal practice in the court, 80 years of All India Depressed Class Women's Conference, Nagpur. In this background, we are discussing women's participation in parliamentary and electoral politics. Our party, the CPI, is one of the parties which is fighting for the rights of women, and women should have adequate representation in parliament and legislative assemblies. After Beijing conference, the demand was made as 33% of reservation. In fact, we used to think, why not 50%? Why only 33%? We used to think of that. I am happy, one of the very articulate, active women members of parliament, Rajini ji, is here, and I had the opportunity to be with her in Rajya Sabha. The women reservation bill was discussed and it got passed in the midnight, in the midst of very serious debates, quarrels. Rajya Sabha passed that bill, but Lok Sabha could not take up that bill. Now we are demanding from a government. You should understand, the government of Modi is a government directed and controlled by RSS. Let us be very clear. RSS has got an ideology. That ideology is very divisive, sectarian, communal, fascist. RSS believes in patriarchy and wants to perpetuate patriarchy. That is where RSS has a firm belief in Manusmriti. Dr. Ambedkar burned Manusmriti. Periyar took up many radical steps in Tamil Nadu. That's all happened. That's all happening today. But even then, RSS tries to perpetuate patriarchy as envisioned in Manusmriti. As far as our party is concerned, we consider there are three fundamental challenges, issues in Indian society. One is the class exploitation. The means of production are owned by some capitalists, bourgeoisie, in the words of Dr. Ambedkar. At the same time, the working people do not have anything except their labor power. They are being exploited. On the other hand, Indian society is a caste-based society. Caste-based society. Caste discrimination continues everywhere. Dr. Ambedkar said, you go, the monster will cross your way. What is that monster? Monster of caste, Dr. Ambedkar said. You can talk of many economic reforms, political reforms. Unless you kill that monster of casteism, nothing is going to happen. That is why Ambedkar talked about annihilation of caste. So caste is another serious problem in Indian society. And patriarchy. patriarchy. Why women do not get adequate representation in parliament and assemblies? Why? Why? That is the question we should ask. And Rajya Sabha passed, but it could not go to Lok Sabha. Now the present government, Mr. Modi has adequate majority in the Lok Sabha. If he thinks BJP decides, they can bring that bill at any time in Lok Sabha. Why they are not bringing? That is where we should understand. BJP is nothing but a political wing of RSS, whose ideology is nothing but fascism, nothing but perpetuation of patriarchy, nothing but perpetuation of caste system. How to fight this? How to fight this? Women should come to the forefront. Unless women take part in the struggles, nothing is going to change in this country. Women should come to the forefront, and they must continue the fight. And I could see the way Rajiniji used to shout in Parliament, because even to get the voice to be heard, get the person to be seen, one has to shout. And she is one of the very articulate members in Rajya Sabha. I could see that. I was a colleague of her in the Rajya Sabha. That is why women should come to the forefront. Women are the force, I am telling you. And I do not know what is your experience. If I give my experience, that will be somewhat different. My parents were landless agricultural workers. My parents were Dalit, daily wages, Dalits. We are 6 brothers. Somehow my mother thought we all should go to school. We should get education. Now, I was the first graduate in my village. Now, my children, our children are all postgraduates, PhDs, MBS. Why I am telling this? Mother can play a big role. Even when I got married, my mother advised her daughter-in-law sitting here, this fellow doesn't know anything to go and buy from shop. This guy will be walking with one book in his hand. You please take care. So now I am being taken care of by another mother, my wife. So why I am telling this? Mother is the greatest Mahatma in the world. I am telling you. I have read many things about Mahatmas, including Mahatma Gandhi. But I find mother is the greatest Mahatma. If one that is good, it is because of mother. I used to tell everywhere, whatever good qualities I have, that is because of my mother and father. Whatever bad qualities I have, maybe my circumstances, where I live, where I move, but my virtues belong to my parents. Now that should start. You all should start from home to fight, and mothers should establish their right and their assertion of consoling the other family members. Apart from that, today women, they should come to the forefront. That's what I am saying. We fight. Then what next? What is to be done? We can keep quoting Bagampura, Ravi Das, Ambedkar, Phule, Savitri, Periyar. We can go on referring to them. But what is to be done today? That's what we should ask. What is to be done? We have a reactionary government, the BJP government, and that government says everything: one nation, one religion, one nation, one culture, one nation, one language, one nation, one election, one nation, one tax, finally, one nation, one party, one nation, one leader, that is Narendra Modi. Can we agree? Can we agree? Where are we heading for? Dr. Ambedkar fought for parliamentary democracy, parliamentary form of government. When constitution was framed, Dr. Ambedkar did not agree for a theocratic state. There was pressure on Ambedkar. India should be declared as a Hindu Rashtra, theocratic state. Ambedkar rejected emphatically. Ambedkar said, India can never become a theocratic country. India will have to emerge as a secular country, secular democratic republic. That is where Ambedkar said, if at all Hindu Rashtra becomes a reality, that is the biggest calamity for the country. That is the biggest calamity for the country. So Ambedkar opted for a secular democratic republic. Ambedkar rejected the idea of presidential form of government. Presidential form of government. Ambedkar said, you can lay all your liberties at the feet of an individual in religion, thinking one day you will go to moksha. Moksha, what? Heaven. But in politics, if you lay all your liberties at the feet of one individual, that is the dictatorship one should understand. Can we opt for such a dictatorship? We will have to defend our democracy. We will have to defend our parliamentary form of government. We will have to defend our parliamentary system. It is a long-drawn battle, but we have to conduct this long-drawn battle. And we will win this battle, I am telling you. If not today, if not tomorrow, the day after, we are bound to win this battle. That is the commitment we should have, women should have. After all, it is a battle. Women participation in parliament or assembly, that is linked with the future of the country, future of our democracy. Now the time we need to defend our country. We need to save our country. We need to save our constitution. We need to save our democracy. It is a long-drawn battle. It is a battle, very critical battle, but we need to fight. When BJP, RSS combined, captured the political power, what can we do? We need to fight. And now it is a greatest irony. They are celebrating the 75 years of independence, Tiranga. They refused to hoist Tiranga for several decades in their office. Now they think they are celebrating 75 years of independence. It is we fought. Rajini can claim Mahatma Gandhi led a huge mass movement for independence. We communists can claim we made supreme sacrifices in the fight against British rule. What these people did? Did RSS participate in the independence struggle? No, nothing. They were collaborating with the British rulers when communists were making sacrifices. So it is a greatest irony that they are celebrating 75 years of independence. That is why today we are facing a great challenge. The challenge is coming from RSS, BJP combined. Unless we fight and confront this challenge, and we cannot speak of any right. You are talking about participation in parliament and assemblies. But what is happening? You cannot speak against the government. You cannot criticize the policies of the government. You will become anti-national. Or you will become urban Naxalite or rural Naxalite. And you will have to face UAPA and all draconian laws, sedition laws. When I was in parliament, Rajani knows, I moved a bill, private member bill against sedition. Article 124A should be removed from Indian Penal Code. I did, but it was not accepted. But today, what's happening? All intellectuals, student leaders, they are all booked under UAPA and under sedition charges. They are put in prison. Where is the freedom of speech? Where is the freedom of dissent? Our constitution gives us fundamental right. to express our dissent. Great man Ambedkar fought for the rights of the people. Fought for the rights of the people. You go through the directive principles of Constitution. The state should ensure all means of livelihood to all men and women, all citizens of this country. That's what Constitution says. This government listens to it. Modi government has any respect for that constitutional position? That is what we should understand. The fight for women's participation in parliament and assemblies is linked with the larger fight against the present government and for a change of government. So I look at many women here, some men around, but you must come forward. Women should come forward. Women should hold the banner high, and we will fight together, and we will definitely make change in our system. Thank you very much. I conclude.